Carita Parks with Bowie TV at the Under Armour Performance Center. It is day 13 of training camp, and it's also a game week. The Ravens have their first preseason matchup on Friday against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this will be very important for those guys further down the depth chart who are on the bubble and looking to make this team. So we'll have a lot of more questions answered about who really does stand out when it comes to taking on another opponent. Also, the offensive line, that still needs to shake out as far as who the starters are going to be. And Coach Harbaugh, he said after practice that a lot of those questions will also be answered in the preseason game. Now, moving on to practice today. Once again, it was a intense practice. The guys practiced hard. I will say that there were some big offensive plays. First, let's start with Devontae Walker. He showed the reason why he was drafted. You know, Eric DeCosta said he liked the fact that he could be a deep ball threat. And we saw that today, a pass from Josh Johnson to Walker down the field, and that went in for a touchdown. Also, another big play, Lamar Jackson to Rashad Bateman in the corner of the end zone. Bateman leaped up for the ball with two defenders on him, Jalen Armour-Davis as well as Ardarius Washington, and he came down with it for a touchdown. Now, he was a little bit shaken up after that play. He was holding his midsection, so not sure if he is still dealing with that injury that had him out for a few days earlier in camp, or if he just got the wind knocked out of him. We don't know. Coach Harbaugh at the end of practice did not have an update because that did happen with just about 5 or 10 minutes of practice left. So we'll keep you posted on that. On the defensive side of the ball, Marlon Humphrey, he had an interception on Lamar Jackson, but it was a ball that was intended for tight end Scotty Washington. It bounced off his hands and pretty much landed in Marlon Humphrey's hands. But Ardarius Washington, he had a pick six, took it all the way to the end zone, and that was a pass from Josh Johnson intended for Malik Cunningham. And Kyle Hamilton was really excited because he was on the sideline, not a part of the play. He ran onto the field and ran behind Ardarius Washington into the end zone. We did have a chance to talk to Washington after practice, and he said he was excited to get that pick six. It is his first pick of training camp, and he'll be a guy to watch in the preseason game. The depth at DB is pretty competitive, so he could be somewhere on the bubble. He's played well for the Ravens, but injuries just got to him, so we'll be watching him in preseason. This is Carita Parks with Bowie TV. Be sure to stay tuned to us for all of your Ravens content. We can be found on all platforms at Bowie TV Sports.
Send up.
Tom Jones. Remember Tom Jones?
Yes, I do.
Pinky right there. You do. Jane doesn't. Remember Tom Jones? Remember Tom Jones?
That's not unusual.
No, okay. It's good to be honest. Tom Jones was a singer, 67, crooner. Big day, hot day. I thought our guys did a really good job of answering the bell. It was a challenging practice, and they got to work. Third down work, fourth down work, physicality in there. And I'm proud of the way the guys practice. Always them. Today was an example. What question do you have?
John, I know you're not playing for preseason, but I mean, is there an excitement building a little bit that you guys will actually take some other times?
No question. Very exciting. Very exciting. Gets to that point in time in camp where you really need to do that. And it's kind of part of the evolution. You got to take another step. You got to go tackle. You got to play a game. You got to understand the feel and tempo of a game, not practice. So I'm looking forward to it.
What you do this week or can do, like I saw individuals more focused on tackling and wrapping up to get ready for actual live team round on Friday for the first time?
Well, just what you're talking about. We do a lot of drills. We really work on the angles. And a lot of times, good tackling is a function of being in position to make a good tackle, which has to do with getting there quickly. In other words, playing with great effort, getting off blocks the way you're supposed to, taking a proper angle. If you do that, generally you're going to make tackles, and your partner's being there to help clean a tackle up. And that's what ends up being good tackling. Within that, we try to teach good technique, and then we'll coach it on the film and the tape and all that. That's pretty good.
Coach, how big is this game, this first preseason game, as far as getting the stars for the offensive line, sort of figuring out who those guys are going to be?
I think we'll get a lot of questions answered in this game in terms of where everybody's at this time in a real game situation. Blocking, tackling, catching the ball, how we handle our assignments, things like that would be very interesting.
John, we saw Cleveland at center. Is it just a matter of want to see kind of increase his versatility, see where else you can use him?
Well, he's been at center now since the first day of OTAs. He's been working in there, so he continues to work in there. Tyler's out right now. They're kind of evaluating him. He had some discomfort, and we're going to hold him out. We're going to be very cautious with Tyler, obviously. It's not anything he needs right now in terms of practice, so we're kind of rest him up. So we're going to work Ben. We're going to work Voorhees in there. We're going to work all those guys.
I know after he made that catch, Rashad kind of went down and then didn't come back in, but stood off to the side. Is they been okay?
I don't have any. Well,
do you see backup center as a significant open competition right now? What do you see from that?
Yeah, it is an open competition right now, and you've got Pat McCarty in that mix too, obviously. So, to the question that was asked last week, kind of goes to that. So, I'm confident we've got guys that can do it and do it well. And we are going to want to hone in there,
John, we saw kind of like a simulated scrimmage on Saturday. Just your thoughts on sort of things that you saw that jumped out that you liked, didn't like, etc.
I think that I don't have my list with me right now, Brian, but I do think that they played hard. They kind of understood the situations they were put in, which is good. They understood what it meant to win a situation. The way we scored it was based on which side of the ball won the situation. And it's kind of how the game breaks down a lot of times. It breaks down into parts. So whether they were coming off the 25 to start the drive, to start the series, whether they were in the fringe field goal area, the red zone, backed up, those are kind of situations you want to get.
It was my first pick, so it felt good definitely.
What inspired the guys to that Olympic motivated?
Maybe a little bit, but I've been doing that since I was like 6 years old, so it's just I want to bring it out here. Why not?
How do you feel like this camp's going for you? I mean, you've been the guy who's moved around some. You played a lot of nickel in the past. Seems like, this spring and summer you've worked a little more at safety. Just how do you think you're stacking up in the competition?
I mean, the more you can do. The competition is great. It brings out the best of us and everything like that. But I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. Still learning a little bit. Finding out the mistakes.
What's your approach? Obviously, the secondary is building the talent. What's your approach is like making sure that you just do your best without worrying about the number?
I just keep it simple, just do my job. So every time I go out there, whatever opportunity I get, just go out there and represent myself well and represent this team. So just the main thing for me is just do my job.
Darius, before you got hurt, your season opener last year, was pretty good for yourself. Is that too far back to think about like building off that, or how do you kind of go forward knowing that? I mean, it was a short sample size, but I mean, you were making strides last year in the regular season.
I mean, I just stay confident in myself, so that was last year, keep that last year, every day I come out here and stack every day, make the most of my opportunities, and I feel like I'm doing the same thing, I'm getting out there again.
You see to win the slot job going away last year. It was a big competition, starting with Brandon Stevens there, other people moving through them while not getting hurt, you getting your opportunity, and you start the year at slot corner. Would you want to be in that competition this year as opposed to a strong safety competition? Or how do you feel?
I mean, like I said earlier, the competition is good. Whatever they feel like they want to put me there and everything like that, I'm going to compete. I'm going to do my job and do the best I can. The more you can do, the better.
Where do you feel like your skill set, one, have improved, and two, sort of fit in terms of preference over nickel or safety?
Well, safety, you got to learn it. You know what I'm saying? You're the quarterback back there, so you're calling out the plays and everything like that and telling the other guys around. So at safety, more so you got to make your friends and understand what Zeno's going to call and when he's going to call it and everything like that. So that'll help out the other guys to get yourself up.
When you talk about that competition, how valuable are preseason games for yourself and just the guys trying to get those reserve roles in the second year?
I mean, preseason is huge. That's kind of how I got my start, start job and everything like that. You go out there, you get to lace up against a different opponent. You want to go out there and play and bang around and everything like that. You get tired of doing against our team all the time. So go out there and compete against some other guys, put it all up there and take it.
Malik said he treats this week like it's a regular season game. Would you say you do that like coming into today? Does it feel like you're in the regular season already, getting ready for a game week?
I mean, always. Like I said, maybe let's go be someone else. So of course, it's a game week for me for sure.
There's a lot of talent in the secondary, a lot of competition. Do you feel pressure on competing for these, or how do you handle pressure?
I came in there and got the guy, so it's already been pressure. So whatever it's going to be, whatever's going on, let that thing get in the way of anything. I just focus on me, focus on my job, and one play at a time.
Darius, on the other side of the ball, what has Rashad Bateman done to impress you?
Oh man, he's done really well today, especially that we've seen that catch man zone. Saying making the tough catches, he's giving us a lot of good releases off the line and everything like that. But Bate's going to be explosive this year. He's going to make a lot of plays for us for sure.
Big picture, bigger understanding of the defense, though, and you think that can help you as a player?
Yeah, definitely. Just learning all the positions. The bigger picture. I get to know what basically what everybody's doing, and just. It helps me out. I just have to, when I go out there, I'll be like, oh, I'm playing dime or I'm playing Sam or playing in. I got to, turn my, just turn my brain and say, I got that.
Having that experience of playing all those positions, did that help you when you went down to microphone defensive year where positions were kind of fluid and guys were shifting roles?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like with this defense, the more you know, the better you're gonna get on the field. So when you playing on position, it gives you the opportunity to get on the field more.
You've played with some other players here. I don't know if you played with Albert McClellan, but you certainly played with Andy Lee. He's a guy who lasted a long time in this league with a combination of special teams and defensive role. The more versatile, the better. Is that something you aspire to in terms of being a survivor in this league?
Yeah, definitely. To be honest, any way to get me on the field, that's how that's just how I feel. They want me to play inside, I play. I play three-tag, I play. I play anything they want me to play.
Where do you think you've made the biggest strides, technique-wise, or just knowing those roles and so forth?
I feel like right now I got a pretty understanding of all of the positions, but I'll say since this is going to be my third year playing Sam, I feel like Sam is my strongest right now.
Malik, it seems like every year there's discussion about where does the pass rush come from, especially with Clowney leaving last year. You guys added help late or early in the season, rather. Do you feel like the group you have in camp right now, especially some of the guys coming back, including yourself, there's enough here to kind of replicate or approach what you guys did last year?
Yeah, I feel like the guys that we got right now, added in Jabo is coming back. We got KB back. I feel like the guys that we got now, Dafe, I feel like everybody that we got right now is a good group of guys that, can get off the ball and we can have the same success that we had last year.
Well, it seems like Trenton Simpson is in line for a lot more snaps this year. you're familiar with those inside backer positions. What do you think is most challenging about that position for a young player stepping into a bigger role?
I mean, as a young player coming in, regardless, you get more snaps and, you're seeing things different. It's going to be challenging, but, Trent has been doing great, this whole camp. So, I can't wait to the, season and see how he is this whole season.
Do you have a preference on inside or outside in terms of what you like better?
No, I don't. This is anything they give me on the field,
Malik, you have a lot of experience in special teams. Just what are your thoughts on the new kickoff?
It's different than obviously what I'm used to, but I feel like it's gonna be fun. Playing 5 yards. I feel like a lot of people get to make a lot of plays.
In regards to that, I mean, do you feel like you guys need to see how kickoffs play in the preseason to understand?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just out here, we just be trying new things, just to get a feel for it. But the real test is going to be when we play in the game. So we try to make it seem like it's like game night scenarios when we out here.
How critical do you feel this season is for you, and what more do you want to do?
It's a critical year for me. 1-year deal. Just trying to get on the field more. Make more plays, and just have people feel my presence.
Being a veteran, you get excited about the preseason game this weekend. How do you approach this Monday of practice going and knowing that?
I treat it like a game, like a regular season game. You never know who's watching you. You can get promoted. Preseason game, you never know. So I treat it just like a game.